Dispatcher just asked the subject who put the 11-year-old in a trash bag under his bed. We're very unclear on what's going on with this call split.
On Saturday afternoon, paramedics in Pasadena were sent to this apartment complex to help a child who was found not breathing. Little did they know, they'd arrived at the scene of a horrific murder.
Go ahead and get everybody out of the apartment, seal it off, and separate them.
Beneath a bed was 11-year-old Maria Elena Gonzales, her body wrapped in a trash bag, stuffed in a laundry basket. One day later, her autopsy would show she'd been beaten, sexually assaulted, and strangled.
Very brutal, and, obviously it's also taken a toll on our officers that were out there and made the scene.
She was a good, quiet girl, says Maria Elena's father, Carmelo Gonzales, as we sat down with him today. He says it's been 4 years since he and his daughter came to the U.S. from Guatemala, and 3 months since they moved into this apartment complex. He tells us he left for work Saturday morning at about 9:45. Just after 10 a.m., his daughter sent him a message saying there was somebody knocking at the door. He told her not to open it. She said she wouldn't and that she would stay in her bed. It was the last communication he would get from his daughter. I called and called and called, her father said, but she didn't answer me. Gonzales called his brother and sister-in-law, who also live at the complex, asking them to go check on her. When they got to the unit, the door was open and they didn't see the girl. Gonzales was the one who found his daughter when he got home, after he looked under the bed. Now police say they're on the hunt for a dangerous child killer. They're still awaiting the results of forensic tests, but so far have no suspects. Police say there was no forced entry, and security cameras at the complex may not have been working at the time of the murder.
She was a sweet little girl, little angel, and
tonight, neighbors react to the killing. They tell us they threw a party for Maria Elena just a few weeks ago when she celebrated her 11th birthday. Now they're afraid for their own children.
To bring my daughter over here, no. And I'm just scared, like going to work and what's going to happen. Like, no, I don't want to think like that, but I don't feel safe here.
They do have a possible suspect. So what happened? It was last Saturday. Maria's 11 years old. She was found hidden under her bed, a young victim of SA. She had been alone in the apartment while her father was at work. So the last communication that her dad had with her was a text message that Maria sent her dad saying someone is knocking on the door. It wasn't until hours later that he came home and he discovered her body when he got home from work. She was hidden under her bed in like a laundry basket type thing in a trash bag. Maria and her father lived at the main village apartments. Police say they are from Guatemala, which is where Maria's mother still is, and had been in Houston for just 3 months. Before living in Houston, they lived in Austin, Texas, and Florida. Maria was not enrolled at Pasadena ISD, police said. The young girl was home alone on Saturday after her father left for work at 9:45 a.m. He said minutes after he left, he got a concerning text message from his daughter, Maria. She told him someone was knocking on the door. And then she stopped communicating. A while later, he asked family members to check on her, but they said they could not find her inside the apartment. So 5 hours after receiving the text from Maria, Carmelo, Maria's father, returned home from work and found his daughter's body hidden under a bed. Maria's cause of death was ruled as asphyxiation due to strangulation and blunt force head and neck trauma, according to the medical examiner. An additional investigation determined that she also had been SA'd. Investigators said there did not appear to be any forced entry to the apartment, but a key was left near where Maria was found, which police say is a crucial link that the police used to identify an 18-year-old person of interest. The police just revealed this new detail today. According to Chief Josh Brugger, the key that was left at the scene didn't open the girls' unit, so it wasn't for their apartment. Police used that key to try and match it with doors to other units at the main village apartments. So Brugger hasn't explained how Mr. Garcia Rodriguez was tied to the key. He just said it opened a unit where the person of interest was staying, which is also where 2 other people resided. So this image here is Mr. Garcia Rodriguez. It's a screenshot from a body-worn camera of one of the officers from the Pasadena police. It was taken when investigators interviewed Garcia Rodriguez shortly after the girl's body was found. The chief explained they talked with and obtained DNA samples from 10 neighbors and witnesses, including the person of interest, as part of their investigation. Garcia Rodriguez was described as evasive with investigators, Brugger said. Investigators learned their person of interest had been living at the apartment complex for 3 to 4 weeks when the murder took place. Garcia Rodriguez, who is from Guatemala, was staying with people who were known to other people he knew, or friends of friends. Garcia Rodriguez was last seen at the apartment complex at about 4 p.m. the Monday after, telling his roommates he was leaving to find work elsewhere, and since then, his whereabouts have not been known, Brugger said. When his roommates asked him to return his key, he told them he was going to hang on to it. So Chief Brugger said he was not considered a person of interest or under surveillance when he left town. Police did not realize the key found at the scene unlocked his unit until after his departure. He's been picked up and taken to several places, so someone knows where he's at, Brugger said. Garcia Rodriguez's first documented encounter with U.S. Customs and Border Protection was in January in El Paso. He was released to his sponsors in the Baton Rouge, Louisiana area. Brugger said the department has been unable to make contact with his sponsors. The department has asked to be notified if Garcia Rodriguez crosses the border. However, as of Friday afternoon, there was nothing the department can do to stop him from leaving the country. They do not have a warrant for his arrest. Brugger feels there is not currently enough evidence for them to obtain one. As it stands Friday, investigators are waiting for DNA results to get back to them regarding the key and whether it matches Garcia Rodriguez's DNA. Police couldn't say whether Garcia Rodriguez and the victim knew each other, but the chief added they lived in close proximity. Police still have no arrests. Brugger confirmed the child's body was stuffed in a trash bag that was placed inside a clothes hamper, which was put under a bed.
This is 18-year-old Juan Carlos Garcia Rodriguez, seen in police body cam footage when they questioned him Saturday after the murder. He entered the country illegally in El Paso in January and surrendered to authorities. Police say he lives in an apartment just steps away from the victim's home, where she was found inside a trash bag in a laundry hamper under the bed.
One thing they found was a key in the apartment. That key has been crucial in helping us move this case forward.
The key left behind at the murder scene opened the door to Garcia Rodriguez's apartment. By the time police realized it, he had already fled the area. He was last seen Monday at 4. Police believe he could be fleeing to Mexico.
Somebody knows where he's at, and if they do, we're asking that they reach out to us.
Thousands of miles away in Guatemala, Maria's mother devastated, waiting for news.
Ella estaba bien donde ella estaba, no tenían derecho de quitarle la vida, mi angelito.
She tells us her daughter had moved to the U.S. to be with her dad while he worked to support the family back home. Maria was set to return to Guatemala for good in October.
Ella pues ya no está conmigo. Me duele, pero el dolor no lo tengo en la cara, lo tengo en el corazón.
Now this mother can only watch police work from afar, hoping and praying they catch a killer.
Y mientras él está afuera, puede hacer más daño a las madres. Y yo ese dolor ya no le deseo a nadie, pues.
Tonight, police telling me they have a message for Maria's mother.
We're doing everything we absolutely can to bring whoever this is to justice, to answer for this.
Out exactly what happened.
We don't know if they're operational.
There were security cameras, but police say it's unclear if they were working at the time. Reporting in Pasadena, Giovanni Ligi, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
We also want to keep Maria's photo up for a moment here. Pasadena police chief says he has a child around her age and he's very concerned there are no arrests. As for those cameras at the complex, police say they may have been damaged in the storm a few months ago, but he says detectives are going through a mountain of digital evidence.